website because the other one made it so that you have to sign into Twitter to do it.
Boo.
So it was not good. So here's all the legendaries for the set, and we're probably gonna have to bring them up because they're gonna be too hard to read. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far. I'm already zoomed in pretty far in.
That's fine. I'll pull them up over here so I can look at it too. So what's the first one? It's the
It's the
AO, the
red
sky,
dragon. Yeah,
the red dragon. So
yeah.
we're talking about as a commander, right? For a tier list.
Yes, as a commander.
So flying trample when it dies, either get 2 cards on the top or you create 3 treasure tokens. So I don't like it as a commander because you need it to die, and so unless you have a way to like do shenanigans with it, like
Yeah,
Nim Death Mantle,
it doesn't seem
which
very good. There's
which isn't
definitely
the best.
combos there, but because like red can get the artifacts
Mhm.
decently easy. So like I'm gonna put it in C because it's not like completely useless. Like there's definitely some stuff you can do with it. The white one I think is either close to that or right above because there's definitely some shit you can do with this one.
White, it's way easier to reanimate though.
Mm.
Is the one trade off. So if you have like good reanimation shenanigans, he could probably dig a little bit more, but still, like you're still trying to kill your commander, which isn't the best, honestly.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Okay, so this is the Gruul commander,
Oh, the snaky boy.
I think. Yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, wait, sorry, I gotta find him in the. uh
By the way, there's shrines on this list
Yeah, because we have,
because we
yeah.
have the legendary creature shrines. Yeah.
Go back over here. Mythic spoilers. Hello.
So do you think
So
the
you
white
said
creatures C or B?
C.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So that is in multicolor. Let me find him. Sorry, for some reason my
He won't be in multicolored on Mythic Spoiler.
you know,
He's gonna be with the
he's in the
he's gonna be
dynasty.
with
He's
the
in the back in
commander.
the bottom. I see him.
Yeah, on the bottom. Yeah,
Yeah, yes, I know where he is, Tom. I look on Mythic Spoiler all the time.
yeah.
Whenever aura equipment, so yeah, he's basically based around the aura equipment stuff, and you
But
create a 2/2 red spirit creature
in
token with menace.
Gruul though,
We get, but the thing is, we're getting so much stuff for it now that like, yeah, it sucked before, but maybe it'll
you're
have
just
enough.
missing the white. Like I think white is just so important for that. Like you're missing the really good protection. Like yeah, there's like asceticism and like that's it.
But
Like
Gruul isn't about protection though. Like just because white has protection doesn't like remember like what the color pies are trying to
yeah,
do. Not
this is
everything
more
should
B
be able to do
faced.
everything.
But the problem is when you're committing to a strategy that you have to equip things to a creature, it it gets like and that one thing dies, it sucks. So if you don't have the best things to protect it, you're just gonna get blown out. And
But
I
like equipment that protects is also colorless, so we have a decent amount in that. Like it doesn't have to be aura based because he's both. And you ETB, you get
doesn't
the
he
red.
just make two? What does he do again? He just makes two
He
twos.
makes 2/2s with menace.
Yeah, that doesn't even. That's not that amazing.
Uh, I think for what he's trying to do, like I'd probably stick him in like the top of C or bottom of B. I think there's enough enchantments and auras because there's some of them and equipments.
Yeah, but
Sorry, auras and equipments that are good enough on their own that even with him effect being somewhat minimal, I still think it'd be good enough
okay, so I know that this thing's
because
not.
he's also a low cost.
So this is the goblin thing that gives your creatures haste, and then it can like pay to make a 5/5 dragon.
Yes.
As a commander, that's not insanely good.
I mean, giving creatures haste that shouldn't normally swing the turn you play them is kind of cool. Having like a haste enabler from the command zone is kind of cool, honestly. Like we even run things that give generic haste in the main board just because sometimes it's just good to have that. And
Right.
having it, I think, as the commander, like there's enough red creatures, shenanigans that don't have haste that you could want to give haste. I think having him as the commander seems kind of cool. Even if you're going like potentially even tribal goblins, there's some goblins that don't have haste that would probably be nice to have it. So probably like I'd say I'd stick him in B. I don't think his other effect is as relevant, but hey, if you have extra mana, but mono red. But mono red has been slowly ticking up in like its potential to make value, draw cards.
I don't know, man. Uh,
Stop thinking like a Simic player.
it's just like, I don't know. I guess. So here's the shrines.
there's a reason why haste on most creatures they're small. Giving like things that don't need haste is real good. Like we play Urabrask in decks because he's a haste enabler, and the other we don't even care about the other effect, but we'll play a 5 drop to get the effect.
Yeah, it's just different when it's in the main board and like all your deck is doing is that, like, not amassing value or anything like that. You have to rely on how good the deck is, which then you're playing mono red.
Yeah,
So
red isn't about value unless you're playing
exactly,
artifacts.
that's the problem. So like there's a couple red commanders that can accrue a little bit of value at least.
But again, if you're going hasty boys, I don't think you're worrying about value. But next dude, Shrine. I think that's gonna go D for me
I think most of the shrines are going to go into D,
because the
other
thing is
than
they
this
need
one.
other shrines.
Yeah,
Well, the
I
monocolored shrines.
don't think the monocolored shrines are like very good on their own.
Because you have at most of what 2 of each color that you can run. So how are you gonna run that as the actual deck?
No, one, just one. They're all single colored.
No, I'm saying, but there's the old school shrines of their colors that you could run.
Oh yeah, exactly. So,
So you run like
but,
maybe 2, maybe 3 that you have
mhm.
to play around with to
And
actually
here's
make
the
your commander do
actual
anything.
commander.
Now the actual commander I really like because I think it's really cool. Whether it's good because it's not straight tutoring for shrines, but it's a really cool shrine commander.
Now it is five colored.
Hmm.
Uh, I think it's definitely not below B.
It helps. It also helps keep it alive because like you have from the commander's command zone a way to get back your shrines if they get dealt with. Um, and it makes a shrine, so it actually increases your shrine count by making shrines or by him entering. And he's off on his own as mono green, so you could play like a green ramp strategy and get him into play before you worry about going Wooburg. No, I
Mhm.
think I wouldn't say A. I think he's going to be that top of B because shrines are only as good as like the ones that you've drawn and what you're
But you
getting.
are an
And
enchantment tribal, so it's pretty okay. I'd say it's decent.
so he returns any enchantment. The thing is, his bomb effect only works with shrines. I still think he'd be pretty. He's really good for the strategy itself.
Yeah, no, I agree. So this is the
Oh, is that the Rat Rider dude?
is that the one that like animates a vehicle?
Yeah, he's a 4/3 at the beginning of combat on your turn. Return target vehicle from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to its owner's
It's,
hand. Being the next end step.
it's not
End step.
not terrible. I mean, kind of hard to make it do a lot. It has white, right? So you get to play all the new
Yeah,
white ones.
it's white and black.
Yeah,
I
so
think I don't. That's kind of un. You're reanimating one, so to put in the play to swing with it right away, I
yeah,
guess
they're
it's kind
also
of cool.
not that strong. Like none of them are that good. Like none of them are
Yeah,
like wow. Like it's really just the 7-Eleven that's good. Like that you're cheating into play and like murdering people because you
or the
can't.
new ones that you can't play.
Yeah, like the new 8/8, like yeah, the blue ones and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is the one that whenever a creature attacks alone,
However, a samurai or warrior attacks alone,
yeah, you make.
you may cast a target artifact card from your graveyard this turn. That seems so eh.
And even if you're just like attacking with just him, like this just does. It seems
So
kind of mediocre.
here's the thing where like you have to play to get constant value. You have to constantly dump artifacts, but you still have to cast them anyway. And then you have to attack with samurais, so you have to also now play worry about creatures.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't like them.
Definitely some stuff there, but okay.
For,
So
I mean, cast from graveyard's okay,
it's
but
the Hidetsugo.
oh yeah. So you sacrifice a creature to scry 2, which is cool, and then exile top of your library and play this card this turn. When you exile an online card this way, he deals damage equal to its exiled mana cost to any target. I think that's pretty good. I actually might. I think this might be our first A boy
A
because so
really?
you have a sack outlet in Rakdos, and
Are they
he's a
not
and you
tap
get the
abilities?
there. Well, one's a tap ability. The sacrifice isn't. The sacrifice the creature scry 2. The top is basically like so you're just getting to play the top of your library, but you get to deal damage equal to it to any target. Remember that stupid dude? Whenever a player casts a spell, the CMC it deals damage to any target. It's a little bit more focused and not as crazy, but you're getting to be able to dig, and you get to do damage just by activating to play something for free. Well, not for free, but to like get the value out of it. So I'd stick him up there.
This dude.
So
This
I
dude's
actually,
ridiculous.
yeah, I think he might be potential S
Yeah, I think S also. This dude does some shit. Like, this dude fucks with the game, like, really badly. Like,
because
you think that, like, what's the stupid blue-white guy that everybody plays that's just taxes everything? Like, you think that he, like, fucks with the game? Like, this card fucks everything up.
mhm, and because like this is definitely going to be like a crazy spell slinger deck, and with targeting like you get they cost one less, so like even counterspell is now a reduction. We know how crazy like reduction costs are, and now
Mhm.
you're also adding an additional like negative cost to your opponents too. So it's imagine like playing Brawl, but Brawl said the same thing. Like you have like your opponent's spells cost one more. It's like Thalia and Brawl had kind of a mini baby that cared about spells.
So I do actually think this one's a little bit better than the other two, just because the white, like you can easily get the sack outlets, and this one like
Mhm.
plays off the top of the library and gets value, and you have the reanimation because it's white. I definitely think this one's at least B, at least the
So
bottom of B. It's definitely better than the red one. This dude's awesome.
yeah, I'd stick
Uh,
him in A.
yeah, either A or S. Like I think the double triggering, like there's gonna be some annoying effects. Like you think of a Tali every turn.
Yeah,
Like you think of
or
like
like a Titan, or you think of Sun Titan. Sun Titan's adult too.
no, I think he's gonna be really good.
There's a lot of really good attack triggers. You could also just again play Eldrazi Shenanigans if you really wanted to. Ramping's a little harder in the colors, but you could totally do it. No, yeah, there's a lot of really. Remember, we did this with like the red green thing, and there's like there were so many cool things that it could do. Now you're adding like white and black along with the red. Let's go.
I think he might be S. I there's a lot of attack triggering dragons that like do stupid shit. Like we were talking about that one dude that deals 7 damage like divided as you choose. Like
Right.
there's some stupid shit. And remember, you're black, so if you want to cheat them out, like it's reasonable. Like you're in the perfect colors to do it. Like it's so easy to not like. There's
You, you,
probably gonna be so much like you get to do Sword of the Animus twice a turn, Derek.
Tom, you know what I even think about this? So you run this in Kalia, because when you
Oh
play it,
yeah.
you attack with Kalia, you get
Oh totally.
two. So in
Totally.
the main board of Kalia, it's maybe actually worth playing as a not demon because it basically is putting two into play each turn.
What's Kali's creature type?
She is human
Human
cleric,
cleric?
I
Okay.
think. 'Cause I know she's not the types that she makes. I think.
Cuz I think
Or-
hi. What's up? We're doing a tier list right now. We're talking about this guy. I'm debating if whether he's definitely A. It's like not even a debate about it being A. Oh yeah, I totally agree. He's so cool. I think between this card and this are like the gonna be the two most interesting commanders. Oh, and the ninja guy. Well, we'll get
and
to him.
the vehicle. Okay,
Wait,
so
did I
time
put
to
him
talk
on
about
here? Uh oh. Oh yeah, he's right there. Yeah.
yeah. So the first poopy stinky card.
Wait. So do we think that this is S or A?
This I still
So
think
Derek,
it
think
might
think about all the attack triggers that take extra combats.
thing about having
Aurelia
two,
takes 2 combats a turn, and there's
but
how many of those in these colors?
then you also have to think we're also
Archon of
attacking.
Cruelty.
But I guess it's good because he doesn't have to attack.
Yeah,
You're
like
also in black and white,
you
so
get a
it's like you're
Chroma's
in the best
Will.
colors. You're in the best colors for reanimating too.
Yeah, and protection, other than counter spells. So like getting board
A,
wipe means nothing. You get to
a
play the one
Chroma's Will in
sided.
this
You
deck.
get to play the one sided. You get to play the one sided board wipe. Because you're in Mardu.
Mhm.
So like I don't know. I feel like he might be a potential S tier because like I said, think of Sword of the Animist on just him.
But that gets you a lot of lands, true. But you have to close out the game with like,
No, but then you play the big dumb shit like an if that
yeah,
betrays, and they have to sack 4 things a turn.
yeah.
I don't know. I
It
think
has
I think he's a
potential.
hidden S commander. I think he's going to be stupid. We just don't see it yet. Like, there's probably even enchantments, Derek, that are like target player loses life or something that we don't know because there's so many stupid black enchantments that we're probably not even thinking about. Like, there's probably dumb shit that we could be doing that like we have to look at because there's probably a lot of stupid Rakdos stuff that we've never played as an attack matters deck. Like it's a cool thing. Like doesn't even the old best Mardu one? Everybody plays Queen Marchesa. Like that's like the most played Mardu commander, right? Or Kalia?
Uh,
It might be Kalia.
no, I think it's Kalia.
Yeah, so
He still has the reins.
he's potentially an S, but I would say he's like an A. Yeah, like he's kind of. See, we just don't have A plus, but I think that we just haven't looked at this commander enough. And like the more that we go into it, like I said, Sword of the Animist, like it's gonna be some really good stuff that we just haven't looked into enough because we're gonna build him. Like either if we get to it today or another day, I have him on the list to build him. So we're gonna go into it. But I even think just saying Atali and Sword of the Animist like enough. Plus like the dragons and the extra combat cards like Aurelia, like that just sounds stupid to me. Like I don't know. I think 2 combats per creature that attacks is dumb. That's that's stupid. That's like a deck that copies take extra turn spells. Oh yeah,
But
yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, Saskia with Ishan and
it'd
Wolfgar.
probably also be really cool in the like the Blood Avatar token deck.
Okay,
But
so Gingka Taxis.
uh, it's like playing Vorinclex as your commander.
So we did find out that if you blink him, he does reset, right?
Yeah.
So there probably is some stupid shit that you could do with it. And copying, like,
Tom, you're not thinking fourth dimensionally. He's the best time warp commander.
even
You
though
get
it's
2
once a
turns off
turn
of just casting them.
and it doubles artifacts, yeah, he's stupid. I mean, I know he's not anywhere below A, but does he go up
Things
here?
I think he still suffers in the mono blue, where like you're only.
Does
But
he
like,
really though, Derek?
but
Because what he involves is everything that Mono Blue does.
true, he is 7 mana.
If you go
So
Sakashima and copy him and then play like a lithoform engine, you get 2 of those.
and then you play time warp and get like 4 turns.
You get like no, it's probably with 2 of him in play plus lithoform. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. He's definitely got some spice to him. But you're
You know
right,
what?
he's a lot of mana.
Now I'm also thinking about it. Like
But remember, he copies. But well, you
he
got to
also
get him in
copies
play.
artifacts, so you could also play him in just an artifact-based deck, and you're getting double artifacts out of it. Everything. So he also fills that role too. He also is protecting himself. He's also protecting because he's countering spells.
I
But
think he
the thing
goes
is,
here.
I think it's just like he's really good.
I think
I
he's
think it's that
also an A minus. I think that this dude is clearly like above because he has more colors. He's
like
Jeskai, right? This dude.
yeah,
It's cutting off
yeah,
the colors, but
yeah. He's Jeskai,
yeah.
and
So
having that Jeskai colors and Spell Slinger,
yeah,
like
makes
we
it
already
insane.
know what that
Yeah,
stupid
it's
bird could
godlike.
do.
It's godlike.
Because
You get
he does
approach the second son. I love approach the second son.
because you think about it in a sense, if you're trying to do some shenanigans, he kind of ends up almost doing the same thing that the bird does. Because
Mhm.
if you cast a spell, you get the bird, you sack
Yeah,
the
you
spirit,
get to play
the
fun
mana.
stuff like Kaikar and Elsha.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's in that middle spot too, where like he wants to be both. I'd stick just because he's a single color that he's a little bit lower, but
And the
like
mana cost, but he's a lot less than the original. He's only 7, right?
yeah, he doesn't have flash though. But like,
He protects
man,
himself though. I don't know, man. That's a rough
he
one.
really does.
We'll leave him there for now, and if like we end up changing it, okay. So this guy is much better than the rest of them, I believe.
Is that
We
the
talked
black
about
one?
this. Yeah, like I think it's much better than any of them. He either lands at the top of here or in A, because the
So he's
loops.
kind of cool. He's kind of cool. You can't do the combos with him because you need blue to do the shenanigans with him.
Mhm,
But he is really cool for like a reanimation deck because he reanimates.
mhm.
And so if you're not playing any other dragons that you care about in the main board, like imagine you play Rune Scarred, sack it to like a whatever dude, and then sack this, and you get to bring back Rune Scar Demon, and
Or
just like,
Kokusho, like, you know.
but you can't bring back Kakusho
Is he
because it
not a
says
dragon?
non-dragon.
Oh, it only
Kakusho's
gets non-dragon?
it only reanimates a non-dragon. I guess the idea is so if you run more, if you're playing in standard, you can't keep looping two of them. If like
Yeah, that makes sense.
Junji dies and I bring back Junji or one of the other dragons.
He
Yeah,
still seems really good though.
yeah, he's
I
probably really
probably
cool like reanimations Shinane's
probably
deck.
just like
Yeah, in the fun, fair, black
yeah, not too
stuff.
ridiculous. Because you gotta do a lot of
Yeah.
setup. And he is what, 6 mana, five mana?
5.
Yeah. So here's the goat guy.
So potentially could be really powerful if no one deals with the enchantments. If someone does deal with enchantments, you've just potentially buffed the enemy team because I don't think there's enough bad enchantments to constantly goad every creature your opponents have.
Yeah, I think he just like
I think he falls down there. Yeah,
just not doing enough. Okay, so the blue
I
one.
don't like the blue one. So I like the blue one. Don't get me wrong, I love the blue one's effects. But the thing is, unlike the other colors, it's he has to die to get them, and you're in blue.
Which
So
can
that
get
means
sack
you're
outlets.
you either forced to play artifacts to make it good, and thing is, his half of his effects deal with instant sorceries. I don't know. I don't like him as a commander. Not at all. I would probably stick him in D.
D, really?
Yeah. So 6 mana, 6/6. You play him. So if he dies, you get to bounce a bunch of non-land permanents with a mana value 6 or less, which isn't a ton in commander because you have 3 opponents. So maybe you're potentially bouncing one thing you care about, or you're going to mill 6 cards and get 2 instant or sorceries back, which there's so many better and easier and cheaper ways to do it than killing your commander. Now your commander died, so you either hopefully have your artifact to bring it back if you spend 4 mana, or you're going to pay 8 mana for your commander next turn.
Yeah. So the next even 3 cards, I don't think that these are great as commander. So the blue one is the one that animates a vehicle.
I kind of like him. I think there's going to be some silly things with him. It's not as great. I think I'd stick him with shrines next to shrines and the Durgan.
Yeah.
No, I mean in B.
Oh, and B?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Artifacts are powerful, man.
But it only makes, remember, it only makes them 1/1s.
No, because he dumps counters on them every turn. So every turn he's out, they become bigger. Or you're playing vehicles, or like a vehicle, and it's becoming a vehicle.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what you would really do with it, I guess. I guess you're just trying to attack and be fair. But, you know, they don't get flying or anything. Like, they're just big on the ground soul rings.
Yeah, and eventually get bigger. And you're just playing artifacts, and like artifacts synergies on themselves are just kind of silly. Just like attacking triggers with the dudes can be silly. There's so many good artifacts.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he's that great. I'd put him like the top of here because he kind of goes with like this weird like deck that you have to build to make it work. I don't know. I think I'd put him at the top of C.
Well, the other guy only deals with vehicles though, and he deals with all artifacts.
Yeah, but he's best with vehicles, and you only have one color.
True.
So like you're missing a lot of good stuff, especially if you want to be attacking. Like you're limited. Like you're just gonna be animating your mana rocks a lot of the time, which is not great because they can die. Like that's not where I want to be. Even if my Gilded Lotus is a 4/4, I don't want to have to animate it for it to die. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I don't think it's gonna do too much. If it had another color, maybe. Like if it was blue-white, maybe. But I don't know. That's how I feel because I think that these are just strictly better, like what your strategy is. So, and this dude, I don't even know. Do we have enough +1/+1 stuff to in just
modified
green?
creatures you control have trample. Whenever a modified creature you control deals kind of damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card and put it into your battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. So I like him in the 99. As a commander, I guess you could build a crazy like shenanigans with ramp.
Mm-hmm.
It's just he does another
There's
I guess they're
definitely plenty of counter stuff in green.
yeah, and like we have some pretty cool enchantments. Like Rancor is the first thing that really comes to mind because it's super easy to do. We also have like Rishkar seems kind of crazy. Champion of Lambolt, the Evolution Sage,
I'd say
Transmuses,
he
Forgotten
lands like
Ancient.
here because I
It's the same thing where he's playing into a strategy that's not as focused, and
this
it's a little bit
dude's
more
yeah
fun, I guess.
yeah, but doable. I think this is more doable than like any of these. Like this is a lot of work. And again, like rule auras and I think I know that we're trying to like break the color pies, but like Gruul artifact and auras is rough. Like that's rough. Uh, but anyway,
But I
so
love the idea of playing an equipment deck where like you get the ramp and kid like
oh no, I
you
get
know
no totally, I get you. This dude, this is very hard to set up.
yeah. So I guess he probably in that same thing with like C where like he has. I think if you can get him to work, he will be scary.
Mhm,
And I think Green had like you have enough to potentially get it to go, but
mhm. So this thing,
so
I like this commander.
yeah.
I think she's good. She's definitely a B or an A.
So the thing is, vehicles again, like you're just attacking with big vehicles.
Well, now we've got some decent effects, and now
Yeah.
especially in the blue white, like those are the best vehicle colors. Like is the blue white hands down. Like now you get colossal plow, Parthelion. Like
Hmm.
they're not
We got
crazy, but
no, they're not crazy. They have some cool effects, but like you're still not going super synergistic. It's just very flavorful and very cool, and she really helps accelerate them. And I think she's kind of what like wants to be the best commander. Like I like the robot personally, the
but
big
no,
mech, but
she's the better commander for sure.
she is the better commander for sure.
He's the
So
more fun one.
I would stick her in B.
Yeah, I'd probably say like right
Definitely
there.
better than the dragon, the black dragon. I think.
Uh, yeah. So what is this one again?
Um, that is, let me find him. That is Katose the Silent. So this guy has a bazillion texts. For 5 mana, 4/4. Whenever he enters the
Wait, hold on.
battlefield, exile target card other than a basic land from an opponent's graveyard. Oh, this is the ETB G probe. I mean, no, surgical extraction.
As a
And you
commander, I'd say you have to make mixtures of counter slash landfall deck, and that sounds kind of weird. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the problem. That's why we're putting him in B, but it's doable because you're green. Like, and counters exist. And also, you could just be like a deck that wants to play sword, like some of the swords that are just broken as is, and then they ramp you lands. Like, Sword of the Animus will get you 2
but
lands,
we
like
do
Feast
have
and Famine.
Avenger of Zendikar, which has landfall and +1 counters related to it.
Hmm. And there's
That's where
just
he peaks out.
like Ivy Lane Denizen. Do you remember that card, the green
Yeah.
creature that whenever a green creature enters, you just put a counter on it? So like, yeah, it's doable. It's kind of all over the place a little bit, but you could just play the good equipment, like just play Sword of Feast and play like Spear, like Swiftfoot Boots, Lightning Greaves, like just play the good stuff, like Bear
So
Umbra, things like that. Anyway,
so
so he's a surgical
Katose.
extraction.
So no, so Katose is actually a surgical extraction from a
Oh
non-basic,
yeah, I was talking about
and then you
Kodama also.
get to play the card. But the thing is, the other effect of searching for them doesn't really do anything because we only have one of, so it's only good against like the rat colony
So this is
practitioner
terrible.
shenanigans. So this is
This is a
so it's basic,
this is a standard
and
card.
it's an ETB card. So
This
like
is
unless
going
you're
at the.
flickering it,
This
yeah,
is worse than all the shrines.
yeah, 'cause at
Uh,
least there's other shrines.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
actually, I wouldn't put it that low. You could still get a free card to cast from your opponent's graveyard if it's good enough, and if you run
Wait, you get
artifact
to
and
play the
blue
card?
blink spells, yeah, you get to play it for as long as you have your command,
Oh,
uh,
so then yeah,
and
it's
then you
not
can
complete
spend mana of any
garbage.
color to cast it.
Oh, so then it's yeah, no, it's not terrible.
It's just like yeah, it's just ETB and it's one card from one opponent.
But I mean, if you can loop with her, then you just win. But oh, but it's only
But
cards from grave.
yeah, from your opponent's grave.
Yeah, that's kind of. I think I'd put it there. I think these are just a little bit better on their own.
All right, so Green
Green
Durgan.
Dragon, not a fan.
No,
I think it lands somewhere around here. I don't think it's as bad as the blue.
it's a little bit better because at least you could either get land ramp or you get a bunch of creatures.
And it's any lands. That's kind
And
of It's kind of good.
Yeah,
But I mean, mono green, landfall,
there's
doable,
better.
not the
It's
best.
doable, but like there's better commanders for it, and then that means you were playing a landfall deck. You have to draw the landfall stuff. I put them below. I think below the red, above the boar. So where you just have them. I still think the red one's potentially a little bit better because I think there's a combo. There's combos and artifacts with him by himself.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the
Oh, that's let me scroll up. This is he's the 5 color thing. He gets 5/5 at the end of the turn, and when he ETBs another target permanent, you gains indestructible as long as you control him,
eh.
flash and flying.
It's a 5
Yeah,
color deck, but it can pump things, so it's probably just going somewhere over
no,
here.
it pumps himself, and that's it.
So yeah, like a Voltron, that'd be kind of cool. So it's fine.
I guess
Uh,
5 color 5/5 that you could flash and protect something, but like
probably like
he feels so generic that like he doesn't even go into anything. Like he's not like a good kind of generic.
yeah, you could just try to make like a fun like budget kind of Voltron with him.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's 5 colors, so he can't be below C really. And his effect's not absolute garbage. It's just tailored towards him. So definitely doable because you have 5 colors, so you can make it work.
yep.
But it's still a C, and I think it
So this
lands like
next
around.
guy is the Light Paws Emperor's Voice. He's whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with a mana value less than or equal to that aura card with a different name uh, than each aura you control and put that onto the battlefield attached to him.
Great card, not good as a commander.
No, he is because you
Alone
get a different.
with white. How
There's,
many
I mean,
auras?
white is like the prime aura color, I guess. I guess I wouldn't say it's
But
terrible.
you're
I
just
mean,
gonna
it's
play
okay.
prisons and like your one Mace Enchantress, and what are you gonna do? How are you gonna win?
There's a lot. Some of the best buff spells for auras are the white ones.
Oh, so you're
You have to
saying you're gonna
protect.
play Voltron with him?
Yeah, that's how you would play him. You play. It's not Strom, it's auras, and it auto equips auras from casting auras. So you get free attaches from good ones. And we do have the 5/1 that gives him protection from all colors. We have the +1/+1 for each enchantment in play. We have all that glitters.
I guess that
We
that's
have
still
Spirit Mantle.
lands here for me because of the colors, or like the bottom of B. I don't know.
I would stick him in B. White, like the killing power in auras is really in white. Like is really in white, except
Right.
for like
You're
one
gonna
green
you're
one.
gonna you're gonna burn your hand out really quickly is the problem.
The thing is, every card you're playing, you're getting a free one from your deck equipped to him.
Yeah, I get
You're,
that. But then if he gets
so it's
dealt
like,
with, then you're just in trouble.
yeah, true. But like I said, you have some of the best protection ones in that color.
And you get Hole of Heliod's. Like you get some reanimation. It's not complete garbage. I see why it's in B.
Hmm.
I actually think it's better than the red creature.
Yeah.
So what is this
Oh,
thing? The
that's
Myojin?
the
These are the
yeah.
Myojins.
Oh, they were yeah, because right, they're all legendary.
They don't come in the set though.
Yeah, they had to get them from like set boosters, right? Well,
Yeah.
neither didn't wasn't it like the nightmare creature thing. Anyway, so this is when you remove the counter from them, create a 1/1 color spirit token for each permanent you control. So you make a lot of tokens. White has done a lot more with tokens, and going wide isn't the worst for white. It's a weird build. I think he'd fall in that same C category where it's like you can make it work. There's better commanders that you can want to do what you want to do with.
Honestly think this white dragon is better than most of these. Because it
Hmm.
just gets value, right? Like it just plays off the top of the library, right? So it's pretty decent.
No, that white dragon you're moving is the one that buffs itself.
Oh,
The
right, right.
white dragon's in B because is in B.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
The cryptic dreams, the blue one is
Copy 3 permanents,
copy
right?
target permanent spell you control 3 times. We know copying can be kind of silly, but like we also have really easy ways to copy with a lot less mana. By the time we would do this, like we probably could have just played 3 or 4 of them, or kicked the copy spell. Like look at Rite of Replication. How many times do we play it in a deck and use it?
Yeah, this is a C card for me. So what does the black one do?
The black one is put on the battlefield under your control all creature cards in all graveyards that were put there from anywhere this turn. Now, I think this one's cool because you can play him as your commander. He doesn't die to a board wipe because he has indestructible from the counter. Then you remove it and get everything back.
Yeah. Okay.
The one downside with these is though you have to cast them from your hand to get the counter on it. So if it dies, but we do love running stuff the like Phyrexian Reclamation or the Palace Siege to put dead creatures back
Oh,
into our
that makes
hand.
them so much worse. I think that having to play like Command's Beacon and have it die.
Oh wait! I just completely forgot. You can't use them as commanders because you have to cast them from your hand.
Yeah,
They're all
they're
D.
all.
Put them in D. I lied. Put them in D. You have to put them. I forgot they have to cast from hand. Boo.
Am I missing one?
Grab the white one. It's still in C, I think.
Where is it?
Yeah, it's right there in front of the board. Back one. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I hate the commander decks that you have to get them in play first and then do their thing. Like that's too much work. Because like now I'm letting it die and it goes to the graveyard, and if my way of getting it back gets dealt with, and now like my commander's just stuck in my graveyard, like
Yeah,
I don't
I
like that.
completely forgot about that. I was like reading their effects, and I'm like, oh wait, my
Hold
brain.
on. Let's take like a 2 minute break really quick. I'm gonna go get some water and pee really quick. So
All right, I shall also do the same.
okay, we'll be right back. Devik.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, we back.
Hello, everybody.
Don't forget to switch it back because we're still on Be Right Back. Yeah, we are. Hey, Tom, look at my background. I felt it was appropriate for what we're talking about.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of that, look what came in.
Oh,
God, one of the secret layers.
oh, nice.
I got
Which
the
one did you
Stranger
get?
Things.
Oh,
I
cool.
always buy the ones that are a one-time printing until they say so. Because,
Gotcha.
you know, we never know what the value of those are going to be. So,
Right.
uh, like, I got the Walking Dead. And I also got the Praetor because that one was just so much value. But anyway, so what is this one?
Oh, so that one is I had it pulled up here. It's whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, if you control an artifact and an enchantment, you get a 2/2 white samurai token with vigilance.
Eh.
Yeah, he's like in that weird seed tier where maybe you can make it work. You probably would just make it. You would just probably just blink him to get tokens, but like it's still just kind of
You're a black-white
slow.
enchantment deck. Like, it's
Yeah,
just bad. Okay, so what is this dude again? Is this...
that's the rat dude. That is the dude that let me scroll on and find him. Is that so? He's a 3/2 for 3 with ninjutsu, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of each player's
Oh,
library.
right,
At
it's
the end
this
of the
dude.
turn, you may play one of those cards. If you cast a spell this way, you play life equal to its mana rather than playing its mana cost.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of it's almost free spell for 3. He does have to deal combat damage, so you're still in that same issue where you have to make sure he gets through every turn to get his effect. But
But it is free cast. But that is a
yeah,
lot of damage. But it's not like it's hard to get life back in black.
yeah. So your whole deck is based around make it so he can attack and gaining life.
And playing stupid things like Bolus'
Yeah,
Citadel. So I think that's doable.
I think he might maybe he's the bottom of B.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Because that's a lot of value. Like, if you play like a Vampiric Tutor, you could probably win like really easily off just playing some big dumb idiot. Or like playing
Hmm.
Vilus. Like, and then now you're drawing whenever you play something as well.
Yeah,
So that seems pretty good to me. So is this the guy that whenever a samurai or warrior attacks alone, you like exile the top card or something?
it's the it's if it's the first combat of the turn. There's an additional combat phase after this phase.
Oh, right.
So
Uh,
he's the second combat samurai or warrior.
red white. It's not terrible.
He has first strike. He has 4 mana 3/3. The thing is, like, it's only one. The thing is that you only get one extra attack with if you attack alone. So a samurai has to attack alone. So it has to be big enough to make an impact, which usually they kind of aren't really without having some extra stuff with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get attack a second time, and then you basically get attack with all your creatures that you could have attacked before. You just get your samurai to attack one additional time.
Yeah, it doesn't seem insanely good.
No, I kind of don't like him.
Probably like C tier somewhere. Probably like around there.
I'd put him lower. Like getting an extra combat, but you can only attack with a samurai first or warrior first.
Yeah, it's like the complete opposite reason of wanting a second combat.
Hmm.
So what is this dude?
So this is the Asari commander, the 3 mana 3/3 haste. Uh, Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, if it doesn't have an indestructible counter on it, put an indestructible counter on him. Whenever combat damage is dealt to you, you remove an indestructible counter from him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. It definitely probably wants to be a very aggressive deck. So you swing, it gets indestructible. Maybe your whole plan of the deck is like red
What's the
white
colors again?
red
Red white.
white wraths. Because like you go in, you swing indestructible board wipe. Swing, you still has indestructible board wipe.
Yeah, he's
But,
definitely still a C tier.
but yeah, like yeah, I don't know. We already feels okay. He just feels just okay. Next, we already know the next one. Stick him where we know where he belongs. Yep. The one shot potential, the value you get out of doing it, he's just so good.
Yeah, we've already seen Mike playing him, and oh my god, is he ridiculous. Like, the uncounter ability, So you play all the... Oh, which, by the way, I have to show you. I changed it around a little bit. I'm going to show you certain things that, like, we forgot about. So, all right. A couple things. Thalico Seer. This thing.
I want to at least play draw a card. That's kind of cool because it also has shadow, so it can't be blocked. Okay,
Yes.
that's really cool.
And then also Baleful Strix.
I think we had talked about it before when we were thinking about it.
Umezawa was such a cool card. Definitely one of the best commanders in the set. Yeah, it's definitely between him or the new, like, the targeting. They're both insanely good. It's hard to say. It's a fight between the two of them, and then he's probably the best after that. But honestly, because, like, if you look at this list that we made it as mean as possible. Also, I put Nezahal in here because we weren't playing it. I don't know why, because Nezahal's so degenerate. You know, it's so much card value. And also, I think we were playing Sphinx of the Second Sun. But I don't think... Or no, we were playing Hullbreaker. Did I change anything else? I don't think so.
Was it just creatures?
I don't remember. I think.
Yeah.
I think it was.
But yeah, he's so cool, and the ancestor of the other Umezawa.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like this dude's gonna be ridiculous in the attack triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be something. But yeah, so you know, he's a ridiculous commander. So yeah, he's definitely S tier. It's not even like a talk. Like.
So now we have Saga. I don't like it because it puts a lore counter each saga you control as a sorcery. That's kind of cool, but its other effect only happens when it dies. So you return target saga or enchantment you control to its owner's hand, or return target saga from your graveyard to your hand.
It's green-white?
It's still green-white. Like, I don't want to have to kill my commander to get back a saga.
You're still a green-white enchantment deck, so probably...
Well, you're not. You're a green-white saga deck.
Yeah, which you would play enchantresses and enchantment payoffs.
It feels like it's trying to be like the worst version. Like, I like sagas and I ran it with that one with Muldrotha because it's like lol funny.
I still think it's better just because of what's going to be in the deck, not exactly what the commander's going to do.
I guess I'd stick them by like the artifact dude.
You would just play some of the sagas for. Okay, so this one, what is this one again?
So you return to your hand to reveal the top four.
More colors, just... Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, they should have just made it 5 color. Like, I hate saying that, but if it's a fun commander like that takes lore counters off of something, and the fact that sagas are, like, very, very, very balanced, I think it's not fair to people to only get the 2 colors, because it really nerfs the commander.
I think is what... Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, because I was going to say, like, maybe they're worrying about standard, but, like, then if you're playing standard, you just play whatever colors you want. You can play 3 colors easily.
Yeah. But if it's Wooburg, Derek, they're not going to play a Wooburg card in standard.
And say if this card was Wooburg, I would have much rather it, like, whenever a saga goes to your graveyard, you may return it to your hand.
Yeah, but regardless, just having a thing that is a fun card that interacts with sagas. So if you're that one dude that's wet for sagas, you know,
like me,
you get to play it. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, we've tried to make them work, like, before, you know, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
But anyway, we have this Shigeki Jukai Visionary.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 mana, you return him to your hand. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land from among them into the battlefield, tap, and put the rest into your graveyard. And then for channel, you could discard him with 2 green and X, and you return X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand.
Yeah, discard him from the command zone?
No. And even the top part is like, the thing is, it would be better, but it's like, you have to tap it to do it.
Bounce itself, too.
Yeah. It's like everything you don't want a commander to do is like not be able to play. It's also a legendary enchantment creature snake druid. It's so much text that the text is so small in the card.
I know. I think it's the bottom of C. It's not so ass that it's D. It can do a thing at least. Like these can do a thing, but you have to do such a workaround. Like, they're so much better in the 99.
Mm-hmm.
Shigeki should have been Golgari. As mono green, he's useless. He's a 99 card. No, I totally agree.
Yeah, if he was like as in the actual main board, like he's not the worst either, because like it's kind of
Same
cool
thing with
that
all the cards in D, but remember, we're doing the tier list
yeah.
based on how good they're going to be as commanders, not how good they are as cards. Because
Hmm.
then a lot of these would get shifted up. Like the
And,
Myojins would get shifted up for sure, and so would the
yeah,
shrines.
but
Because the
then now,
shrines work with themselves.
mhm,
So even some
now
of
we
these
got
shrines
Mech
that
Boy.
just mill or deal damage or Mech Boy. So he's honestly not that bad of a commander.
No, because you know what I like about him is just you play Anointed Procession and Divine Visitation, and now you're instead of making 1/1s, you're making 2/4/4s or 2/1/1s that could crew.
Mm-hmm.
He's really cool. I like it. He's also just like a good just draw engine.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. I still think he falls into that probably like bottom B, top maybe bottom B. I still think he's good enough to like just being able to draw cards and make tokens.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has his crew effect, which is kind of cool.
Considering all the vehicles we've got in this set too, he's probably pretty decent.
Hmm.
I don't really know. He's probably hard to play. He's probably more of like a Voltron, like a fun kind of trying to build a Voltron giant mech boy. So what is this one again?
So this is the whenever one or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. It only triggers once each turn. And then for white and X, you can return a land you control to its owner's hand and return target artifact or enchantment card with a mana value of X or less from your graveyard
This
to the
is good.
battlefield.
This is good.
And it can only activate as a sorcery.
No, that's
That's
doable.
so you get to bounce a land to get something back from your graveyard, and then you get to draw a card.
And a lot of like, bouncing cards is doable.
You're also in blue white because his
It's the
activated
best
ability
colors
is
for
white,
it.
so
Yeah,
you get even a little bit more things.
it's the best color for it too. I think it's manageable. I think it's
Yeah,
definitely better than most of these.
yeah.
So
This next dude, I think this might be another potential A because you're in Sultai enchantments, and there's some really really good
but
ones.
it's just what it does is not very good.
I think you could kill somebody with that effect.
The
There's and
mhm,
just the one drain for every time you play an enchantment. Like you know
mhm,
how long enchantment turns go. You play like 10,000 enchantments,
mhm. Yeah.
and we have some like sure we don't have the white protection, but with the differences now we have black. We have the black control and draw,
Mhm,
and I really like this dude.
mhm.
And if you hit the what's his face, and if you play the Nylea's Colossus, you could straight one shot people with him.
No, I could definitely see a world where he's S tier. Yeah, I mean missing out on the white sucks because like that's all the protection and the good
Mhm.
ways, like the actual pillow fording. But there's enough good black. Like it's
Mhm.
more of like an aggressive strategy, and it's
Yeah,
still good because the green has most of the draw power. So you have the
because
most important color for the three colors, and then
yep.
getting the blue is nice because there's a lot of really good blue enchantments that you get to play. So
Yep,
like
and
Shark Typhoon.
I also forgot Grim Guardian is another creature that whenever enchantment enters, each opponent loses another life. So you have now a potential way to do two, and if you make potentially if you have an extra copy of blue spell,
Doesn't he make like a legendary token though?
yeah, the token is legendary. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then you also have Doomwake Giant that ends up killing the board.
Mm-hmm.
We get to run Phyrexian Arena, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Obliate seems kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder battlefield.
I'd probably play Phyrexian Reclamation. Get back the enchantresses every turn.
Yeah, seems good if they get. You also get to run Muldrotha in this list.
We could run that turtle that they just printed if we feel like it, having the
Y-
lulls. That
Yeah,
the channel turtle.
you also get to run just straight animate dead if we so want to do.
Yeah, I feel like I want to think of like I would want to be on the aggressive side. So like most of the token generators, which that's a lot of white's job, which sucks.
Mm,
But it's still doable. Like and the commander, you almost want to like just try to kill with the commander a lot of times, maybe. But I don't know.
yeah, I think if you could tutor out, like I said, the Colossus, because he can make the frog and him unblockable,
Mm-hmm.
and you just keep you play enough enchantments because we get all the mana doubling. That's the thing is we get all the mana power of green.
Mm-hmm.
So you hit a Nyx Bloom Ancient with them. But anyway, now we got Mr.
Reality chip. Yeah.
Install computer chip. So
this is cool.
You can see the library anytime as long as it's attached to a creature. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Yeah, that's really cool. I think it just becomes a really cool value engine for maybe just a blue spell slingery deck. Because you get to set up the top, and if you have any good things to attach it to, I guess it really wouldn't matter what you attach it to, right? It's just you just attach wherever you can.
Maybe it's just blue good stuff value, make tokens.
Yeah, it's just blue free value because you get to play anything from the top of your deck, so it's your choice of what do you want to play.
You'd probably want the man lands and things that make tokens and stuff. I don't know how good that is on its own because you have to equip it to get the good effect. So I don't know. I don't know if that's A. Just because
I wouldn't say A. I think he just becomes a fun if you don't have a blue legendary commander that you really want to use for anything. I like him in the 99 of other decks, but as a commander, I think he's just okay.
Would you put him at the top of C or the bottom of B?
I'd say the C.
Yeah.
I don't think he does enough on his own.
Yeah. Okay. Now this S tier, get at me.
Yep, I was about to say he is S tier. He is best boy, and you best remember that. Give him a pet. He gets a pet.
Oh yeah. Right. Look at that.
He is a good boy, and he deserves it. Don't you forget. Guy over here acting like he's gonna forget about Puppercino.
No, but in reality, doesn't he just get a counter? If a legendary, he's a partner.
Legendary,
they chose to print a random partner.
Because he's ever faithful hound. He's dog man's best friend. So whenever another legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1 counter on him. So you just play tribal legendaries with a partner. That's
I don't even think that's bad. Tymna or Ravnos or Ram.
Yeah,
it's definitely doable. I mean, but why would you play him instead of just playing more colors?
That's why you pair him with a partner that has 2 colors. Now you play a 3-color deck. Ha ha. And we already have a 3-color legendary deck.
It's definitely not D. Because he has partner. That automatic bottom of C.
Yeah, isn't it sad that it automatically makes
Same thing with 5-color. If you're 5-color or you have partner, you're automatically a C and you cannot go lower. Or if you're an enchantment related commander, if you're a lands related commander that is at least 2 colors, you cannot go to D. It's just not possible.